As Aetheon prepared to throw a punch, a strange force wrapped around his fist, turning it a searing, glowing red. At that same moment, his vision changed. He could see everything around him down to the very atoms. Because of this, his enemies felt like they were standing right in front of him, so close that he didn't even need to take a single step. Instead of walking, running, or flying toward them, he simply stayed where he was and readied his right fist to strike. However, because it was his first time wielding this kind of power, he could neither fully control nor understand it yet. He had no idea of the damage it was capable of causing. It was like riding a wild horse for the very first time. As he threw the punch, his aim slipped. Instead of hitting the Inquisitor and his army directly, his strike veered off and blasted toward his left side. Even though he missed his main target, the force was devastating. Countless Nihil-Kahn soldiers outside the vault were instantly erased. The Great Vault, a structure the size of a moon sitting at the center of the prestigious galaxy-sized city called Citadel, took the impact. After that single punch, the entire galaxy-sized city was ripped apart, leaving it at only half its original size. Realizing the terrifying scale of his own strength, Aetheon felt a surge of hope. He knew now that he could wipe out the entire Nihil-Kahn army. He would have his revenge for the people of Ethelgard and his fallen troops, the Vanguard 7, his strongest unit, who had been killed without a fighting chance. He would avenge every family the enemy had destroyed. Burning with rage, his mind was fixed on one thing: vengeance. A red aura began to wrap around his body, releasing such intense heat that the floor beneath him and the metal nearby started to melt. Even as the ground turned to liquid, it didn't matter. He simply began to float, controlling gravity itself. The North Star on his forehead and the sunburst emblem on his chest glowed brighter and brighter with every ounce of his anger. He looked around and realized something incredible. From the very first moment he emerged from the vault as Aetheon, the entire Nihil-Kahn army surrounding him was already frozen in place, standing like statues. Without realizing it, he had frozen all matter to absolute zero, minus 273.15 degrees, while simultaneously halting time for the entire galaxy. He could hear his enemies' heartbeats, their breathing, and their absolute terror. He saw the vibration of their very atoms. Even the rest of the army scattered inside and outside the galaxy could not escape his gaze or his senses, no matter where they hide. While everything stood still, he opened his palm and aimed it at the Inquisitor and his armies. This was the chance to wipe them out. An incredibly powerful force gathered and built up in his palm. A gamma-ray beam. The entire surroundings lit up as he shouted, "This is your end." He fired the gamma-ray beam, hitting everyone. Even the planets, stars, and asteroids in its path, as far as 100 light-years away, were erased. The enemies had no chance. Their weapons, their massive spaceships, and their endless army vanished like bubbles. It was like ants trying to fight a train. But because of the sheer scale of his power, Aetheon was left in total silence. He stood alone in the emptiness. There was nothing left to step on and nothing left to touch. Everything around him had been broken, destroyed, and erased into nothingness. He paused for a moment, gazing into the distance, as if searching for something. Then, he reverted to his original base form. His anger subsided for a moment, but it was slowly replaced by sorrow and tears. "What happened to you, Ethelgard?" he asked himself as tears streamed down his face. "Why did you have to suffer such a cruel fate? I was just watching over you moments ago, and now you are nothing but empty space." He paused. Suddenly, he remembered his family when they were still alive. "My family," he sobbed. His quiet tears turned into loud sobbing. He curled his body in the emptiness, clenched his fists tight, and beat his own chest in agony. Then he struck the empty void beneath him, thrashing with all his might. Even without a floor, his punches against reality thundered with such power that the impact and vibrations could be heard and felt in neighboring galaxies.
"Why?
Why us?" he screamed through his sobs, striking the void with full force. Consumed by his overwhelming rage and grief, his form began to slowly change. His solar white cape transformed into wings on his back, turning a blazing solar red, burning so intensely that the tips of the flames looked capable of slicing through anything. His entire armor suit turned into a solar red, except for parts of his body like his legs, which maintained their cosmic blue color. His silver-white hair turned into flaming red fire. The North Star on his forehead and the sunburst emblem on his chest turned gold red, glowing brilliantly. He could no longer control himself. He was being consumed by his intense rage once again. Reality itself began to glitch around him, while red lightning bolts erupted on all sides. He straightened up. He spread his arms, gathering immense power and red energy. He was preparing to unleash a massive solar fury from his hands, as electricity crackled from his palms and surged across his entire body. He was going all out, no longer caring if he destroyed everything in their grand universe. He wanted to unleash his anger because he could not accept that Ethelgard was gone, along with his family and friends whom he had wholeheartedly served, loved, protected, and cared for. Yes, it was too painful for him to accept. But before he could fire the solar fury that could end their grand universe, a voice spoke. "Stop. Don't do that. You'll destroy what I created." Suddenly, a glowing being appeared in front of him. Who is this mysterious character, and what is his role in the story? Find out in the next chapter.